In this podcast episode, Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservative Party, discusses a wide range of pressing issues facing the UK, including immigration, social media's impact on youth, and the challenges of governance. Throughout the conversation, Badenoch emphasizes the need for a serious and pragmatic approach to politics, particularly in light of the Conservative Party's recent electoral losses. Badenoch begins by acknowledging the Conservative Party's shortcomings regarding immigration policy, admitting that the party got it wrong. She reflects on the Brexit campaign, which was largely centered around reducing immigration, and notes that the subsequent increase in immigration levels has left many voters feeling betrayed. Badenoch argues that the party must now work to rebuild trust with its constituents by addressing their concerns about immigration effectively. She emphasizes the importance of establishing a hard cap on visas and reforming the indefinite leave to remain system, which she believes has created loopholes that allow for an influx of low-skilled migrants. Badenoch advocates for a points-based immigration system that prioritizes skilled workers while ensuring that those who come to the UK are willing to integrate into British society. She stresses that culture matters more than numbers, and the focus should be on who is coming into the country and their willingness to adopt British values. Badenoch also addresses the challenges posed by the civil service in implementing government policies. She acknowledges that while there are many dedicated civil servants, there are also those who obstruct progress. Badenoch argues for a performance management system that holds civil servants accountable and allows for the removal of those who do not perform. She believes that empowering capable civil servants and ensuring that they are aligned with the government's objectives is crucial for effective governance. As the conversation progresses, Badenoch expresses her concerns about the current state of the UK, describing it as an era of managed decline. She highlights the need for a government that has a clear vision for the future, one that prioritizes economic growth and prosperity. Badenoch points to the deindustrialization of the UK and the loss of jobs as significant issues that must be addressed. She argues that the government should focus on creating an environment conducive to business growth rather than imposing burdensome regulations that stifle innovation. Badenoch also critiques the Labour Party's approach to governance, asserting that their policies are driven by ideology rather than practicality. She believes that Labour's focus on social justice and environmentalism often comes at the expense of economic stability and growth. Badenoch warns that if the current trajectory continues, the UK risks falling behind other nations, particularly in terms of GDP and economic competitiveness. One of the more poignant topics discussed is the impact of social media on young people. Badenoch shares her observations about how excessive screen time and exposure to social media can negatively affect children's mental health and self-esteem. She argues that the current generation is losing touch with reality as they are bombarded with curated images and narratives that do not reflect the true state of the world. Badenoch believes that it is essential to minimize children's exposure to social media and encourage them to engage in more meaningful activities, such as sports, arts, and face-to-face interactions. Throughout the podcast, Badenoch emphasizes her commitment to traditional conservative values, including the importance of family, personal responsibility, and the rule of law. She expresses her desire to lead the Conservative Party in a direction that aligns with these values, while also addressing the concerns of modern voters. Badenoch acknowledges that the party must adapt to changing societal norms and expectations, but insists that this should not come at the expense of core conservative principles.